one. This is an unexpected video. Basically, the other day when I was working on the roof for the hangar, I saw my brother and a friend fly over going northbound. Shortly thereafter, I saw one plane flying back. My brother's wasn't with him. And then, like clockwork, I got a call from my brother saying he had ground looped his plane, wanted to know if I'd be willing to help him go to field repair and fly the thing home. So that's the plan today. He says that the plane is not damaged aside from a brake line. So I guess we will see about that. Let's go grab my brother, go up and see if we can fix his plane and fly it out of there. Bro, you ground looped?
Yeah. I mean, there are two types of pilots, right? Those who have and those who will.
Now you're the one that have.
I have. But all things considered, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it could have happened in a lot of different situations. The landing before it was on a little tight mountaintop that I would have spun off the side of. And I did it in a lake bed, and I didn't spin until I was slow enough that wing didn't hit the ground. I just, cost me a pair of shorts, and that's about it. So thank you for the help to come out and recover me today. I'm glad it's not like the last recovery. This one's a little bit more fun, a little more easy going. This should be a run-of-the-mill field repair, hopefully. And this is something that we don't show, or I don't show enough on this channel, but it happens sometimes that we have little things go wrong and you got to fix it. And it's not unique just to like backcountry or stole stuff. I mean, everyone has issues where you could lose a starter or an alternator or pop a tire and be stuck at some random airport and have to find someone to help you fix it. Luckily, we're experimental, so we don't need an AMP to help us fix this. And you just said you just pulled the brake line, right? Yeah, I pulled the brake line out, so all we need is a fresh ferrule. We'll shorten it up a little bit, tighten it down. Bleed them? Yep, bleed them from the bottom up, and we'll be good to go. Sweet, let's do it.
Feels like my brakes are working too.
Yeah, that's a plus. I agree with that being a plus for sure.
That's one thing I got over your plane right now.
I'm glad I don't have the full swivel like you. I don't know how that would have affected it. I mean,
oh, you mean the
tail wheel?
Yeah.
No tail wheel chains, because I still have them, and if I had lost my brake, I might not have been able to hold it out of the ground loop as long as I did.
Yeah, I was talking to Greenhall, and he's like, I would have just flown it back. I don't think I need brakes. And I'm like, what? I'm like, on my plane, I definitely need brakes. So anyone watching wondering what we're talking about, my tail wheel, I don't have any steering springs at all. It's free caster, and it just spins. So when I'm going slow like this, most of my steering is with brakes. I use my rudder as much as I can, but most of it's brakes. So if I lose brakes at slow speeds, I have very, very little directional control without having a lot of, throttle in to get air over the rudder. No, and bad things happen to everyone. You can't control it. So when it happens in a way that could be so much worse, you kind of like almost are happy about it. You're like, exactly. You gotta take the bad with the good anyway. If this is my bad, I'll take that. What frequency do you guys want to use? We'll switch to 5 fingers. Weston, you want to lead or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Knew this, but this airplane has a lot of power.
I'm spoiled.
Yeah, you are. What are we at?
Feet per minute. 1,500 maybe? Here, 1,000. I'm just trying to stay away from Alex.
Yeah.
Hey Alex, just maintain your heading. I'm going to pull in on your right side. I'm kind of in your blind spot, but it's better for me, but just don't do anything radical. Sounds good, got eyes on you. Can you feel me on you right there? Too bad. Every once in a while, if you really get close, you can feel the push. I'm going to get out of your way because I didn't realize Weston was right there. I broke right. Dude, the hangar looks good from up here.
Yeah, it does.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it matches the house really well.
It really does.
Like, way better than any other steel building out here by far.
Dang, this is my first time seeing the hangar from up here. It looks actually really good from the air. Yeah, it looks good, man. The hangar's coming along. Yeah, it's home stretch. I'm just got a couple little pieces of trim to put up, and then I'm on to electrical. Which end of the lake bed are you on?
The north end? About midway down the lake from west to east.
Gotcha.
But Weston did push me off in the grass somewhere, so I don't know exactly where it is. But I assume I'm halfway down the lake on the north side.
Gotcha.
This is the 4th plane I've been in 3 days.
This is the first plane I've been in a month.
Alex will be fine on this stuff, don't you think, on 850s?
I think so.
Okay, so show me the problem.
The problem is, for these planes, we use our brakes to steer. You use the left brake to turn left and the right brake to turn right. But as I was taking off, a bunch of brush came right in here and snapped this guy off. So I was kind of lucky where it happened because it just broke the little bottom ferrule off. So what I'm gonna do, instead of replacing the whole line, I'm just gonna replace this little ferrule at the bottom and rebleed it, and we'll be back in the air. So super cheap fix. And I definitely learned that what I want to do is put a 90 here and go with stainless lines, run the stainless line back behind as soon as possible to get it protected by the tubes more, and so that's the stainless sheathing would help protect it from impact or pull damage like this. So a couple lessons learned. The other big one is tap your brakes before you land. If you tap them and they don't feel right, then at least you know.
This is something that I've thought about before and I keep in mind when I run my brakes, but I'm gonna look at mine now with that thought in mind of if I hit enough brush, would it tear off? But it doesn't look like it would. So in theory, I mean, it's gonna hit here. It'd be pretty hard pressed to get wrapped around there, but if it does, it is steel braided, so I kind of think I'm good. There's definitely something to keep in mind. On my previous brake setup, I ran the caliper on the back side, so it had all of this protecting it. The brush would hit here instead of pulling the brake line off, and then I always run the brake line up the gear leg, so it was only, you know, barely sticking out. Do you need a real tool?
Do you have a real tool that's
Yeah, dude,
that small? I don't have one that is that small.
I think I have one, otherwise I've got something that you'll be able to grip on pretty easy. Oh, here. Use the nipples.
So all I had to do was slide this fitting up on the hose, put that ferrule on, and then screw this down, and now that crimps the ferrule around the hose and holds it. And so for airplanes, what we often do is we bleed them from the bottom. In cars, what you often do is you put it in the top and you try and push the bubbles out. Here, we push the fluid up from the bottom. I use this little oil squirter and it doesn't get any bubbles in it. So by the time it reaches the reservoir, it's bled.
There we go. Nice and slow, easy does it. So, is that it?
That's it.
Dude.
Got pressure, she's feeling good. Just cleaning up, packing up, and we'll go do some test laps real quick before I pull on a passenger, but I can stand on the brakes, and if they hold me on the ground, then they're gonna hold me. So.
Yeah. We'll say that was probably the easiest field fix we've ever had, and I've done a few of these. That was probably actually the first time something's as quick and easy as building a website with Squarespace. And first off, thank you Squarespace for sponsoring yet another one of my videos. And for those of you that don't know what Squarespace is, it's basically the ultimate way to build a website and run your business. You start with one of their award-winning templates and you pick the one you like, you tweak it, modify it, and turn it into your own beautiful professional looking website that works on both desktop as well as mobile. And they have features for everything. Whether you want to have an online store, personal blog, a professional photo gallery, if you want to schedule your bookings for your company, you can do that through Squarespace. It's all running through their new Fluid engine, and it's as fast and easy as ever. Zero experience necessary. So make sure you head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to purchase, make sure you use code Trent Palmer at checkout. Get 10% off. Thank you again, Squarespace, for sponsoring this one. Now we're gonna get Kevin through his couple test flights before he throws Kayla in with him.
A lot of left.
Right brake's not working?
Not fully. I mean, it does work. It just feels like spongy to where I really have to stand on it twice as hard. And so if I brake to where it gets my tail up, I'm constantly turning left.
So just rebleed.
Yeah.
You might have gotten some brake fluid on your disc too that might be making it a little.
We'll start with that. I brought some brake cleaner.
I will say I have never been able to bleed mine once and have it good. I always have to bleed it twice. I knew it felt a little too good to be true that it was that quick and easy. I think there might still be a little bit of air in the line. There are two options of why he doesn't have full braking. One is that some of the brake fluid got on the rotor, which is probably pretty likely, but he just cleaned it. And then some of that might just kind of be residual and it'll burn off, but he's feeling sponginess in the brake, so that tells us there's probably air in there. So he's gonna bleed a second time and then we'll try it again. 2, 3, holding. Okay, you should be good. I don't see any.
All right.
Still not great, huh?
No, like I thought I lost it completely right there. And I was full right rudder, full right brake, and I was still spinning left. After that, I started to get a little right brake back. I honestly thought that I was gonna look and see the tube come all the way off. I don't think that's the case, judging by the last little bit, but it honestly felt like I had zero brakes for a bit there, which is not
comforting.
Not at all. It felt to me like, you know, you can pop these off if you don't tighten them enough. It felt like it did that. I thought I was going to come out and it was going to be completely off. That's how it felt. And then at the very last second, it started to break a tiny bit.
Brake's still not perfect, but we're realizing we're kind of in a hamster wheel right now, going in circles. So I think the call is going to be, right now it's braking well enough. It's just not like if you're doing max performance stole competition at the end, it doesn't hold as hard as his left, but it's plenty safe to fly. So we're going to fly back to Stead. That way he can work on it in his hangar and not be out in the dust and dirt and have a better place to be doing his test taxi. We're gonna put it back together, get flying back to Stead.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. I've got Kayla in here, Kevin's fiance. She has not ridden in my plane, spent a lot of time in Kevin's plane. So now you'll get to see what the kind of newer model or bigger model Kitfox feels like.
It's all about.
In from the outside, feel it on my skin right away, away, away. Oh, you got what I like. When you're not around, I don't feel right, like it usually right now, right away, away, away.
There's a group of 3 of us. We're north of Reno Stead. It sounds like you guys are doing some off-airport work. I was just wondering where you were at.
Oh, sorry, yeah, if you're north of Stead, you're good. We're near Marlette, just kind of Mount Rose area on the south side. We'll jump over to 12340 so we're not sharpling you guys.
Oh, you are all good. We got one guy that's kind of fumbling with his radio, and we're about to switch to 22.7, so I think we're all good. Have fun up there.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, you guys have a good time, too. Cool, that sounds like, is that Trent?
Sure is.
Yeah, Trent. Dave Lee, I met you last year flying with Quinn about this time. We just finished up at Marlette. And then there's a couple of valleys up here just north of it, maybe about 10 miles we're checking out.
Very cool. Have fun.
And then we're going to go play in the Carson River if you guys want to hop over there.
Yeah, we were doing a little like rescue mission for a plane that lost a brake line, and it's still not feeling great, so we're just heading back to the airport.
Cool. Sounds good. The hangar looks great, by the way.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. That's the traffic. Kitfox 8 Juliet. We're about 10 to the north. Flight of 3 of us, 6,300 inbound. We'll be looking for Sierra Papa.
I come alive, yes I do. I come alive when you do too. Daylight, I shake it like a truck. Come on, I try, but I never get enough. When I'm down, it's pulling me up. Come on, daylight, I can never get enough of you.
You made it back.
Mid back.
That's good.
Yeah, it was definitely it doesn't feel right, and I don't think it's just dirty, so. I mean, we could have bled it again, but realistically, that would just be bleeding it to get it home, and then I'm parking it till I replace and upgrade the line, so I might as well just get it home, replace the line. Oh, hey, girl. I missed you.
Hey, Roxy. Yeah,
Then,
going with braided lines, huh?
Yeah, braided lines, and obviously I need to work on the shocks before I fly it again.
Yeah, you got a little gangster lean there.
Yeah, that's been a fight for like a year now. Sometimes it needs more pressure on the left, sometimes it needs less. I've never touched the one on the right since I bought it. The left one I'm tending every 2 or 3 months, so good.
Yeah, it was nice to get back in the air. And I was telling Kayla on the flight home that kind of was gonna wait to fly the plane until I was done with the hangar. So I was like, I'll wait all this time and the first flight will be taking it home. But this was a good excuse to get out and actually fly because it felt nice. And I do need to get out more now that the bulk of the big stuff, which you guys will see in the next video, is done on the hangar. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here. You guys know the drill. Like this video if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Come be my wingman. See you on the next one. Peace.